Beast Assassin, and I'm here today to do the Tower of God chapter 273 review. And boy, did we get an epic chapter this week. The chapter was not only epic because of the action in it, but it was also epic because it was 159 freaking pages long. This is one of the longest chapters I have ever read from Tower of God. I mean, it really delivered this week. And when I was reading the chapter, I got so immersed in the action that I didn't want it to end. And then I was at page 80, and then I was at page 90, and then 100, and then 110, and the chapter wouldn't end. Literally, it wouldn't end. And yeah, of course, it ended at 159, but still a great chapter. And it finalized the fight between Bam and Joaquin, and also the tournament. Now, the first key point to note here is that the conductor tells Yuri Zahar that if Violet Grace would win the tournament, then the lava, the boiling substance, will flow into the core from all the exits, so they won't have where to run and they will all just melt. Yuri Zahar tells the conductor, well, are you going to kill White as well? Wasn't your goal to resurrect White? And then the conductor says, well, we have Yuraha, and her speciality is teleportation, so she can teleport him out of there just in time, so she can save him. And you get to see how far back the plan went, because Yuraha was introduced in this arc from the very beginning. So from the very beginning, everything was planned out, and there was no room for error. Unfortunately, they didn't count on Bam winning, because after the conversation between Yuri Zahar and the conductor, of course Yuri says that there's no way Bam would die because Bam has made a promise and he will find his way back to her. I don't know what's going on there. Anyways, then we jump to Bam, and we see that the power of the souls that Joaquin has harvested is transferred into Bam. And according to his girl clone, the one who gave Bam the powers, there was little chance of success from Bam's side. She expected him to die when he received this power, because it was a tremendous power and she didn't know if his body could handle that kind of power. But what happened was the exact opposite, because Bam got this power and he could control it from the very beginning, and everyone said that this guy is a monster because he had no real problem in controlling that many souls. And boy, does Bam look epic. Like, his eyes were glowing with yellow, glowing yellow, and it was like a Super Saiyan or something like that, except without the yellow hair, the blonde hair. Anyways, he looked great. He looked ready for action, and what he did was epic because he copied, with this new power, he was able to see the moves that Joaquin does with his sword, because until now he was not able to comprehend the entirety of the moves. And you know, when Bam understands something, when you use something on Bam, he's able to copy it. That's how he was able to copy all those styles of fighting, because people beat him, and he was, from the beating he took, he was able to copy the styles of fighting, the Kung Fu and all the others. And now that he can see Joaquin's sword, he's able to copy that sword from Joaquin. He wouldn't have been able to do that if he was not given this power, because the movements were too fast, and without him being able to analyze, to see them and analyze them, he would not be able to create a copy. But now that he has received this power, he is able to do that, and he copies the exact attack that Joaquin does, but he does it with far more power. Like, his power overwhelms Joaquin, and we don't see his body, we don't even see a shred of him, and we can suppose he's dead, but I'm not that sure. I think we will see him in the next chapter, just that he won't be able to move, he will be drained of all energy, because Joaquin really put a lot in that last attack, and Bam simply whooshed with the sword and it was done. Like, the amount of power that came from Bam's sword was freaking amazing. We also get a little bit of a backstory from Danielle, Sasuke, and the others, when Rowan decided to sacrifice her life in order to imprison Joaquin. And at that point in time, they were all cowards because they didn't search for an alternative way to imprison Joaquin. They were just glad that Rowan volunteered to give up her life and that it wasn't them. And the only one who didn't want to do that was Daniel. He was a coward too because he didn't say anything up until the end, but he did want to die with her at the end because he loved her, and we find out in this chapter that she loved him back. Like, she liked everyone, but Daniel, she really loved him because he was kind to her. He was the only one who was kind to her, even when her bad side was out. He understood her, and she returned that love for him. Unfortunately, she had to sacrifice herself in order to save all of them. But in truth, she says that she sacrifices herself in order to save her love, Daniel. And of course, Daniel cannot live with that, so he wanted to kill himself. Of course, he was stopped because his teammates had told him that she made the sacrifice for you, so you have to live on. And that was a very good character development for the team, Daniel's team, Sasuke's team, and for Rowan. I'm starting to believe that by the end of this arc we will get Rowan back, because all this has started when Joaquin promised Daniel that he would bring Rowan back. So there might be a way to bring her back, just that they lost hope right now. But with Bam receiving all this power and with the train going berserk, we might see her back some way. I think that's going to be the case. But going back to Bam, Bam manages to save everyone from his team. There was just one more hostage in Joaquin's team, but that hostage wouldn't matter right now because Joaquin has been defeated. And if you defeat the team leader of the other team, then you automatically win. So he won the game, and he won the game without sacrificing anyone, neither his enemies nor his friends. Everyone was looking in amazement to him, like he was some kind of a god, because they all made sacrifices in the past. They all had to sacrifice willingly or unwillingly someone next to them, and it never occurred to them that they could find a way where nobody is sacrificed. But Bam finds that way, and in their eyes he is a master, and in the eyes of Joaquin he is also a master because he took 2 billion souls, the power he was keeping for himself, and he took it just like that. Not even a headache, nothing. It was like it was meant for him to get that kind of power and have no feedback, no symptoms after that. Well, that's just great. And that's basically the chapter. I'll end this off because the clip is already too long. It's about 9 minutes, but it was just a freaking amazing chapter, man. I wasn't expecting this week, and Tower of God is one of the manguas that doesn't disappoint. At least for me, it doesn't disappoint. I would encourage everyone to read this manga. It's great, and yeah, amazing chapter. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.